a fun and a small high quality book group. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations.
What do we have here?
It's the
Oh, right, the tuning fork.
no.
The book, the tablet.
The tablet.
That's awesome.
What is remarkable? What is it called?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our third encore session of the Reclaim Your Self retreat. We're having fun keeping the party rolling, and love those of you who are showing up live, those of you who are catching the replay. You know, we had Thanksgiving last week.
Yeah.
Gratitude session.
Still feeling grateful
Mm-hmm.
for a powerful session with Karen. It was incredible.
Yeah, I stopped a couple times the last week and gave myself a little gratitude hug.
I needed to do that too, because nobody
gives you gratitude hugs. That is not true. I know that's not true.
That's not true.
I know.
Kamala witnessed a couple of gratitude hugs.
My goodness.
So exciting, and small group, but very high quality. We'll wait another minute or two before and here we have Luann joining us, and we have some really good exciting news coming up, and we'll look forward to share. I think we're working on a schedule for the future encores as they're coming up, which we will share
by the end of the week, so that you can know what's coming up in December and plan accordingly. The events that you'd like to attend live, the replays that you'd like, you can add them all to your calendar. So I'll get that out to the group by the end of the week.
Yeah, and then in January, we'll start a membership program, which is really exciting.
It is very exciting. And all of this content will be there in the membership program. And those of you, lovely faces I see here, already have access to that because you joined the Reclaim Your Self retreat. So not only will you get the 21 days, you'll also get the summit we did last year, which is over 50 incredible workshops, all the live interviews we've done on Facebook, really a huge library of content and fun, inspirational videos and takeaways.
Yeah. So I think we can go ahead and start, right?
Yeah, I know we only have a few of you live here. Many will catch the replay, but let's start with dropping in the chat how you're feeling.
Yeah.
We were doing that during the retreat, and it's really fun for us to check in with each other. I'm happy to tell you how I'm feeling. Excited, joyful, grateful.
Yeah, excited, joyful. I had symptoms of one of our first sessions was about burnout. So I checked myself today. I checked all the boxes. I didn't skip one. All this, I have some weaknesses of making a right turn when I need to make a left turn, doing all sorts of interesting things. So, but I need a 21-day retreat again.
Yes. Well, you can get access in the vault.
Oh,
you can watch all the replays and start your morning that way.
Hey, Rebecca.
Hello. Hi. Sorry, I jumped in a few minutes late.
No problem. We're just about to get started. So I'm ready to introduce Aimee.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Amiee Elizabeth is our guide tonight. We're doing a session on somatic inquiry, tapping into the wisdom of the body. Aimee is a somatic and intuitive healer, and her guidance will help you reclaim your power, create a deeper sense of resilience and presence, and a deep and lasting sense of emotional well-being. I will take one of each. And I'm going to turn it over to you, Aimee. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Shannon and Amir. And hello, everybody. As Shannon said, I'm Aimee. And tonight we're going to just play with how to get more deeply embodied. My practice and the way I function in my practice is that we actually have 5 bodies. We have our mental body, which we are all very, very familiar with. We spend a lot of time in our heads working through things, and logic is beautiful, helpful, supportive, and it's fun. I like figuring things out. I'm a puzzle doer. We have our emotional body, which I tend to feel in my heart. That is our feelings. It's our sense of being able to feel both ecstasy and grief anger, joy. It's a whole spectrum of things. And for me, due to my training in somatics and somato-emotional release, it is a very, very physical experience. Our emotions can get shoved into our bodies. Women tend to carry a lot of emotions down in their pelvises. It's like the Department of Mysteries. It can be either really organized with nice little boxes that are labeled and dated and in shelves, or it can be more like the room of, requirement where everything's just all over the place. Men, I find, tend to carry more in their shoulders. And that is where they hold their emotions, where it lands for them. And we have our energetic body, also called our luminous body. And this is what you'll hear people talk about auras, the field of energy that we produce, where we are solar beings. We are constantly taking in and exchanging energy. We're energy and we're matter. And the energy body or the luminous body is what enlivens us. And then we work with the spiritual body and then the physical body. And what we're really focused on tonight is this physical body, the meat suit. How I will often talk about it with my clients is how do we land more deeply in our physical body so we're actually present. Because what I have learned, I was a chronic pain sufferer. And one of the things I learned, excuse him, cat interruption. One of the things I learned is that the physical body never ever lies. And part of what we were taught is to ignore our physical body or about what our physical body is experiencing. And I think about this all was based in my experience with chronic pain, where I was consistently told that it would just go away. And what I needed was actual treatment and to deal with the things that were causing the pain. And so after a lot of therapy and a lot of work, here I am, pain-free, and with a way out of it. And the way out of it is actually moving deeper into the physical body. So the first thing we're going to do is kind of just sit back and close your eyes and breathe and feel the surface you're sitting on. So just breathing in through the nose. And since everybody's muted, definitely exhale through the mouth. You can sound, you can sigh, you can hum. Sound moves 3 times as much energy through the body as a silent exhale. So when you're inhaling, I like to imagine drawing all the tendrils of your day back into yourself. Any pieces you left with a child or a partner, any pieces you left at work or in the car, just inhale those pieces back. And on the exhale, drop any pieces that you may be carrying that you picked up from a child, from a partner, from work, from a stranger, from somebody that was driving a car. Just let those things slide away. Let them roll off your shoulders, slide down your back. It's all, none of it belongs here. And now really feel the seat under you. Feel what's supporting your back if your back is supported. Bring your breath and your attention to the soles of your feet. If you need to, you can even pick your feet up or move them around where they're sitting to help find the 4 corners of each foot. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle, move your legs a little bit if you need to. If there's any place in you that feels numb, bring your breath there. Just bring that breath there. Soften all of this physical space belongs to you. This is your gift of how you get to show up and express here on the planet. So just landing here. And I have a little prayer that I give to all of my firewalkers before we firewalk. And it felt really appropriate here. And it's a prayer, it's a wish, it's a chance for the body. So if it feels right, a hand on your heart, on your belly, you can give yourself a hug, however you want to hold and contact your body. I love you. I trust you. You are beautiful and you are wise. You beat in harmony with the greater plan of love. You are my guiding light. This is something I work with my body on a regular basis, and it's something I bring in with my clients. It's something I bring in with my retreats and my workshops when we're going to firewalk. Because being in our body is so, so, so vital. So I'm going to just say it one more time. I know we're recording, but and if you want to say it with me, please do, because you're muted. And so you can talk to yourself. I love you. I trust you. You are beautiful and you are wise. You beat in harmony with the greater plan of love. You are my guiding light. And so with that, we're going to move into this yes, no practice. So gently open your eyes and come back when you're ready. Now that you're really in your center and your body, if you want to stand up, please do. If you can just scoot a little bit where you're sitting, that's great. I want you to just feel what this neutral is, this beautiful neutral. And then I'm going to just say, take a little step over or scoot over in your seat or lean over in your seat and ask your body, show me a no. And just close your eyes and see what sensation happens. When you ask for a no. And it may be very subtle. It may be really loud. And when you've felt something, you can go ahead and bring yourself back to whatever your center is and kind of just move it off, let it shake. You want to breathe yourself back in, but let that no slide away. That's your body no. And since we weren't asking no or yes about anything specific, we were just asking to be shown something. This is a step towards trusting your body knowing and your body knowledge. So that just little moment of a yes or a no. And now once you're back to your neutral, your middle ground, we're going to sneak over to your left. And you're going to ask your body, show me a yes. And just breathe. And allow your yes, no matter how subtle or how overt it is, to appear for you. And there's no rushing this. When you're ready, you can come back to center and come back to the screen. And if you want to drop what your yes or no sensation is in the chat, please do, because I'm always curious about this. To share, my no is a pinch deep in my right side. I will often call it an ovarian pinch. It is a definite no. It's an uncomfortable sensation. And when I get that uncomfortable sensation, I know that my body is like, don't do that. My yes is a blossoming and an expansion that happens in my solar plexus, and it swoops down and then it blossoms in my pelvis. So we have these wonderful answers. I'm gonna just read some. We've got a no that is a tug to the left, and a yes that is a push forward. That's beautiful. We've got a no that is tightness between the shoulder blades, tingles, and a yes is forward motion on the toes. Ooh, that's fun. That's like feels very good and grounded, like my toes are in the earth. We've got a yes with forward movement, expansion in the heart area and a smile, and a no is tension in the back of the neck. Ooh, a yes that was nothing and was peaceful. So that's just a little, I would love to read all of them, and I don't know how to scroll in the chat, so we're not going to do that. This is just a little practice, and the more often you do it, I started this practice with small things of just being able to, it's like weightlifting. It's that strengthening. When you do your reps, your bicep gets stronger. When you do your crunches, your abs get stronger. And the more you practice this, even with small things, getting in the car, which route are you going to take? Which route does your body say yes or no to? I used it often when I was just starting practice on when I would go on a walk. Which route do I want to take? Do I want to walk along the lake, or do I want to walk through the meadow? So it's just nice little things. And I've often found in real life in practice versus in this workshop space that there'll be gifts waiting for me. If I'm going to decide, get a yes for walking through the meadow, I will find a feather. I will see an animal that I wouldn't have seen otherwise. There will be flowers. There will be some little like affirmation from the universe that says yes. So one of the reasons that this body practice feels important right now, I'm going to bring in a little astrology because I can't do anything without astrology, is we're going through a nodal shift. We are experiencing our final Sagittarius solar eclipse in the Sagittarius Gemini axis on Sunday, actually. And then starting in January, the North Node and the South Node, which can be called the head and the tail of the dragon, are shifting into Taurus for the head, the North Node, and Scorpio for the tail. And this feels particularly important and relevant because Taurus represents our body and what our physical world looks like. Taurus is also ruled by Venus, who is pleasure and our values. And I don't see enough, and I'd like to see more, valuing our body just exactly as it is. And one of the things that Venus is in Capricorn right now, also an earth sign, and she is there to encourage us to build upon our values, to bring in that Taurian energy of honoring our bodies, of valuing our bodies, and being here in the three-dimensional plane with awareness and conscientiousness, gentleness and kindness. I think about how often I hear women especially, and men definitely do it too, say something to themselves about their body that they would never, ever say to a friend, ever. And we are our best friends, our deepest friends, our lifelong friends. And I just ask everybody, If you would not say it to somebody you love, please don't say it to yourself, because that sets up a vibrational system in your energy body, and it sets up an emotional response in your energy body that can get stored. We're back to that department of mysteries, wherever you keep yours. That department of mysteries stores those emotional responses that cause us to clench or shut down or step away from ourselves. If we have numbness anywhere in your body, it's a part of you that you've stepped away from, that you have disowned. And so as we move into this access shift to Scorpio and Taurus, I'm just really feeling the importance of calling forth everybody to be really aware of the deep things, the stuff from the depths, what can be goopy and messy, because that can kind of be a Scorpio thing, the goopy and messy, and really decide if that's what you want to carry forward. Do you want to carry it forward in your body, or do you want to carry it forward on your body? Because we've got our energetic backpacks that carry our mess in it. And it's time to start setting those things down so we can experience a frequency increase that heals us and that shifts things on a global plane, because we're capable of it. We're particle and frequency. We're energy and matter. And we get to determine at what rate we vibrate at. He wants to say hi, so he's going to come say hi, because then we're going to get that taken care of, because he wants us all to vibrate at a higher frequency also. Because we're part of Gaia, we're part of the planet, and being part of the planet, we're so plugged in to how everything goes as we step forward into the world. And this nodal shift feels like a big, big piece of honoring our bodies and shedding what doesn't work. I touched in on the eclipse like that much, and it's a South Node eclipse at the end of the year. It's a South Node eclipse in the autumn in the Northern Hemisphere. It's this shedding, it's this releasing, it's letting go, so that we can step into newness. Does anybody questions? How did the practice go for everyone?
I think it's such a small group. I'm open for us to unmute if people are willing and wanting to share.
So how do you, when you ask a question, your body, how do you know what to listen to and what not? When does the brain gets in the way?
I tend, it's an interesting thing. That's why I did a lot of practice with this on easy things, like where am I going to take the dog for a walk? When it comes to the harder things where I may be having some resistance and my body will say yes to something, when my head jumps in and starts creating stories about why it's not going to work, or you're going to look silly if you do that. If my head starts creating things that tear me down in any way, or that put a block on the joy or the pleasure, or even the nervousness, ecstasy and pain, ecstasy and grief run along the same chemical path through the body. So chemically, they're the same thing. And when we're present with an emotion, it takes about 90 to 120 seconds to process through our physical body. It is when our head gets involved and starts making up stories about how it's never going to end. And because I have a kid, like I see, like it's never going to end way too often. It doesn't end, because what happens is we energetically, that story starts to cycle, and it dumps back down into our body, where it hangs out until the next time we come up against a similar situation. And then we're dealing with the present and this old thing that's rising up and cycling around. So the grief ecstasy piece feels important because they run along the same chemical path. It's our story that dictates how long we hold it and what it actually is, because it's the same in our bodies. It's just our story that makes it either grief or ecstasy. So if we look at it from an alchemical standpoint, that alchemical tenet of as above, so below, we can only reach the heights of ecstasy when we move into the depths of our grief. It's like a tree that grows in both directions. So to wrap up the how I know whether it's my head or my body, a lot of practice. And if I start hearing stories, I know that I'm not being present with right now, or I know that I'm trying to get in my own way. Because we are oftentimes the only person that's in our way. We're it. Nobody else is in our way. It's just us.
Never happened to me.
Thank you. Thank you, Aimee. That was beautiful. Anybody wants to comment, ask, share?
It was lovely. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Really lovely, Aimee. I got a lot out of this tonight. I really appreciate and know that I have this body response and often don't drop in. And so my intention taking away from tonight is really to start with those easy questions. Which way do I want to drive to work? Which shirt do I want to wear today?
Oh, that's the easy one.
That's the easy one. No, you've seen me stand in front of the closet.
And you can do this with your clothes. That was one of the ways I actually started, is I would walk into my closet and I would pick something up and see what my body response was. And when I got a yes, I was like, okay, great.
I pick up 7 and then I throw them around. I try them on, I take them off.
Just start with one.
I'm gonna start baby steps.
Baby steps, always.
Who do we have next week?
We have Janaea Barnes next week, and it will be on releasing triggers right in time for a holiday. She's kind of tailoring it towards holiday gatherings and potentials for triggers.
Friction.
At my house, we don't use the word trigger anymore. We can only say activated. I'm feeling very activated right now because trigger got triggering, go figure.
So politically correct even when it comes to this.
Yes.
Aimee, this was beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining.
Thank you,
us.
Aimee.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you, Luann and Rebecca and Carmela and Leanne. Much love to you all.
Being here.
Thank you.
Great session. Good
Yeah,
night. Let's all
thank
unmute
Yeah.
and let's give a really big goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good
Namaste.
night. Thank you so much.
Namaste.
Namaste, Larry.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.